Like, you won't be able to like deliver what is needed in this dance if you're not enjoying it. 1, 2, 3, step, step. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop 1, 2, 3. Step, step.
So as to make life poignant,
I got it. One more time.
it's always going to come to an end. That is exactly, don't you see, what makes it lively. Liveliness is change, is motion.
So my name is Deontay Denny. I'm in the moving company at IUPUI, and I am a dancer.
My name is Karen. I am part of Zyphos Corps here on campus, and I am a co-director. So I've been a co-director for 2 years now.
My name is Naima, and I'm in Bollywood Beats dance group. And so for positions, we all don't really have position. You just go in as a dancer, and it's a community, so everyone is a dancer. Before moving to America, I used to live in India. I was born and raised in India, so I learned Kathak there. Kathak, it's an Indian classical dance style, and I have done Kathak for 3 years.
I consider myself a modern hip-hop dancer. I say that because I have very technique that represents modern dance, but I have also staccato movements that represent hip-hop, and so I wouldn't really consider myself like a contemporarist or a lyrical dancer. And I haven't had any external dance thing external dance experience besides the moving company.
I have danced prior to Zyphos. I was actually with 2 other dance crews. My senior year, I was with Music and Action back in Kokomo, Indiana, and then my other dance crew was Alter Ego, and then that's where I met Indy DeVera, who we kind of spearheaded the whole Zyphos thing together. But yeah, so I've danced for about, I'm trying to think now, 5 years out openly, where people knew about it, but I would always dance in my room behind closed doors, so that was always a lot of fun. So I've danced ever since I was little, but yeah.
So when I moved here, Bollywood was a dance style I knew, and I started doing hip-hop and ballet, and I was like, am I really gonna fit in here? But then then one of my friends told me about Bollywood Beats, and I was like, I don't know if I'm really ready for it, because every single person is so cool here, and I don't even know how to dance. So, but then I finally joined Bollywood Beats, and I feel like I have a family here, and I have learned so much from them.
So Zyphos, we specialize in urban dance, but it's kind of a mix of everything. So urban's kind of been on the rise in the past few years. So it's a mix of hip-hop and all of the elements of hip-hop, whether it be whacking, popping, that kind of thing. We've also incorporated elements of contemporary and lyrical, so it's kind of just like a fusion of a lot of different styles.
For Bollywood dance beats performances, they do perform at IUPUI, but you have to hire them and pay them since they are a dance community, and they perform outside IUPUI. They perform at weddings and baby showers. Also, they had their recent showcase last month. And talking about my personal performances, I do perform for IUPUI. I recently performed for ASU, and I performed for ISCA. And outside would be, I have a YouTube channel, so I do dance and choreograph dances for that.
So we do perform, Zyphos performs on campus. We usually get asked by other student organizations to perform at their events, so we have an international fashion show coming up. We'll do Jagathon, Regatta, kind of the bigger events that are hosted by IUPUI. We'll perform at those. And then we also take part in competitions off campus. So if it's a third-party organization is putting it on, we'll kind of insert ourselves and kind of go give our students an opportunity to have that competitive level as well versus just performance and showcase, just to kind of make it more of a well-rounded, holistic experience for dancers.
MoCo usually does showcases. We're not really a competition dance team. We just go and do it for fun mostly. Being on a dance team at IUPUI has its ups and downs for sure.
With being at IUPUI, I know the university is growing, so it's definitely it's growing, and it's learning how to deal with the dance presence, just because it wasn't as established in prior years. So.
And so they don't know that we're here. They don't know about it unless we're personally promoting our own shows, which that only revolves around how many people we know personally.
It was really difficult to get the organization to be a verified organization through IUPUI. So for a while we were underneath the Filipino student organization. Like, they would help us book our rooms and things because we were going through the process of doing all the paperwork and things for IUPUI. So it took, I think, over 7 months, like since the process started to it like being verified as a student organization, which is way longer than it needed to be.
I love dancing. Dancing has been a big part of my life for a while now, and it just brings me so much joy. But at IUPUI, it could be better because we don't have a lot of awareness that we're here. Like, I mean, just like a symbolic part of it is we have to rehearse in the basement a lot.
So during the first 2 semesters that we had, that Xiphos was becoming established, it was, we practiced in the parking lot a lot, or we would have rooms reserved for us, and then we would get to those rooms, get ready to start practicing, and then, you know, they would come to us and say, hey, this room was booked by somebody else, or you need to leave because you don't have the verification of having the room, and we would pull up emails showing that we did have confirmation for the room to be ours for that time slot. And it was just kind of a mess, so we ended up it was really hard those first few semesters. We would always get kind of kicked out of buildings or kicked out of rooms just because they said we weren't taking the proper steps, which we were, and we had like verification of that. I just think the language of dance isn't really understood by a lot of people, and that's not their fault just because they aren't in the dance world, they don't really know. But I think that they could have taken a little bit more time in getting to know what exactly we were trying to represent. So that was just a little difficult.
So like we would like to branch out and get more awareness for the moving company and show that like we are great dancers and also that we can work with other great dancers.
We've seen a lot of growth in the dance scene just since Xiphos has been established. There have been groups in the Indianapolis community that have come and go. It's really difficult to keep Indianapolis dancers here in Indiana just because all of the industry, like the dance industry, is really out in LA or in Chicago. It's in bigger hub cities than it is here. So with the establishment of Xiphos, we've been inviting choreographers from outside of Indiana to come back, and they've noted on the growth. And it's just really cool to have those connections because they've been super supportive with us.
So being on a dance team at IUPUI, I was in Xiphos last semester. Now I'm on Bollywood Beats. So if I compare being on a dance team here and being on a dance team in India, I feel like being on a dance team here, we have more facilities and advanced choreographers to teach us more moves. In India, I feel like I was from a small town, so we had to learn everything by ourselves. There was literally no one to teach us. We'll YouTube and learn new moves, new choreographies by ourselves.
So I have loved being part of a dance group. I regret not starting it sooner. It's helped me kind of branch out. You know, when you're in college, you're going through a lot of ups and downs, whether it be, you know, grades, or you're trying to look for jobs and internships, or your significant other, or whatever it may be. Like, you're just going through a lot of changes during your time in college. So during the time when Xiphos was starting to get created, you know, you're just going through so much, and Xiphos was like my outlet, and it was where I could be most myself and meet people who enjoy dancing and have the same passion as myself. And it was just a really amazing atmosphere to be in. And I don't know, I think it really helped mold me into the person that I am now.
Moving company has impacted me in a very emotional way. I've gone through a lot, and dance was my escape. Like, it was my reason to like cope with all of the stuff that I was dealing with. And then the added stress of school when I got here also helped. Dance also helped me with those struggles as well. So for anybody who wanted to join any organization or even like the moving company, I would strongly suggest it just because it's a great creative outlet for them to just like get away from all of the everyday struggles of life and really be a part of something bigger than just school.
I think dancing has affected me in so many ways and helped me to shape me as a person who I am today. I feel like this might sound weird, but I feel like dancing has made me so much stronger compared to the person I was before. And I have been dancing since I was 5, and dancing in India was hard because we didn't have room like IUPUI is providing here, studios and dancing studios and different rooms. But in India, we didn't have room, so we would literally go out there on roads or in farms and practice. but here we have many different facilities, and I'm so glad I came here and IUPUI is supporting dancing so much.
There's been a lot of really awesome opportunities, and I feel like without Xiphos, I wouldn't have had all those chances to kind of like grow just as an individual, as a leader, and as a dancer just overall. So I'm really grateful that the student organization has been established and that I've gotten to meet so many people, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how much it grows once I graduate.
If you're scared to find a perfect dance place or perfect dance team, that you shouldn't be scared, because IUPUI has not only Xiphos or MOCOs, but IUPUI has so many different dance teams and so many different dance studios to go and dance whenever you want to. And I feel like if you are really passionate about dancing, then there shouldn't be anything to hold you back. If dancing is something that makes you happy, that you want to do, then you have so many options and you have so many facilities. Just go out there and find your own way.